Welcome to Making Champions by Transcending Matters with myself, Tarun Haridas, who will be your host for this series. Now, before we start, if you're new here, Making Champions is my community support initiative for anyone and everyone who wants to build consistency with their well-being. Making Champions is for people who are serious about change but want it to be simple and sustainable. You'll get guidance, tools, and a complimentary 30-minute consultation so we can tailor your next steps according to your lifestyle. So if you want that support, join the Making Champions list via the pinned comment down below. Also, hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay tuned for all our presentations that will be coming up. I will go over this again once we jump into the presentation. This is the third presentation on Making Champions. The first one was intro to the system. The second one was the first series of looking at the mindset of the champion. So this is a very thorough program. Today's one is the first installation on the pillars of the champion. So let's dive straight into the presentation and delve into some great deep knowledge. So Making Champions is a support system that I have created looking at ancient systems from Vedantic, Kemetic, all the ancient principles, and looking at the familiar traits that has worked from ancient to build their civilizations to their greatest points, and what is transferable into modern day understanding. So the other thing about this structure and the system is that they're built off of non-negotiable pillars. Non-negotiable pillars. Then you cannot negotiate with these pillars. And this is where the 3x7 architecture comes into place. There's three levels: health, mindfulness, and spirituality. And with each level, there's 7 pillars to health, there's 7 pillars to mindfulness, and there's 7 pillars to spirituality or consciousness management. And it's crucial to address every and all of these pillars. And what we're going to be sharing through these masterclasses is really understanding and changing our perceptions of how we view these things. So these pillars now stand strong. They say knowledge is the key. They say knowing thyself is the key. And the other aspect of the masterclass series is also looking at the mindset, not mindfulness, but the mindset of the champion, so they can implement these things and create sustainable outcomes, sustainable long-term patterns of being, that they're not reaching out to become something, but they're falling back on habits that are going to bring them to where their aims and ambitions lie. So Making Champions is for any and everyone, regardless of what or where you find yourself in life. It's about tapping into a deeper aspect of you and solidifying your space in this creative arena called life. So just to run over it again, the description and the link is down in the link below in the description. And what the sign up includes, it's free to join, is the Making Champions Manual Part 1, which is updated monthly. And in the monthly updates, all the master classes that we go through, you will get instructions and practical tools on how to implement the things that we talk about. We'll also get a complimentary one-on-one 30-minute consultation to go through anything that you wish to discuss and anything where you feel you need help in regards to the pillars, or anything that could be your blind spot and you need help to discover what you need to bring into your life to create constructive formulas so you can overcome the situation. Also, there's a WhatsApp group, support group, also the access to the Inner Sanctum group, and also making champions newsletters to stay updated with all the events and broadcasts and inner sanctum sessions behind the scenes for those that are super serious. So again, the sign up is for free, and it's time to dive into today's session and looking at the first pillar of health. Now, the important thing about this first pillar of health is that if you get this one wrong, the whole structure falls apart. Every other pillar will not stand a chance. Every other pillar will crumble and come to ruination. So when I say these things are non-negotiable, they are absolutely non-negotiable on any form. And the first pillar that I have looked into in the concept of health is none other than hydration. Hydration is key. Understanding water is paramount. And we are going to change our relationship with water through this presentation. I also have a masterclass series on the alchemic aspects of water, which I'm definitely going to bring into play, not during this series, but as an extension of looking at water as a whole, because we just do not have enough time to do it all in this presentation. So let's dive straight in. The first thing that we have to really bring to our attention is the importance of staying hydrated, not being hydrated, but staying hydrated consistently and continually. Not just being hydrated every now and then. Oh, I feel thirsty, let me have a top up. No, staying hydrated as a duty to make sure you stay hydrated. And the reason for that first is to really understand that dehydration isn't just about the feeling of being thirsty. Now that coconut water there looked good. I can't feel it, but if I could get a glass of coconut water there, pure from nature, full of minerals and vitamins and things like magnesium, zinc, and but water, my gosh, pure water on its own. You know, we like things like, for instance, coconut water or flavored water. You know, we might want to squeeze a bit of lemon in there or have a tea, a herb tea, just to bring some taste to the water so we can enjoy the process of quenching our thirst. Now, just as dehydration isn't just about being thirsty, hydration isn't just quenching thirst. Now, why do I start with these two slides? It's just to highlight within our minds how much regard we actually give water. We actually consider water as something to just quench our thirst. It just looks like a glass of liquid. It just looks like, okay, it's water. What can it do? Now, the amount of times I've been bewildered by listening to people that say they don't like water, it's 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 absolutely crazy. There's something going on in the neurological pathway that's completely unintelligent, completely unintelligent. Broken knowledge, something's gone wrong somewhere to create such a bad relationship with water. Because water is far from just hydration or dehydration. Ultimately, when we talk about water in such a way, we have to look at the fact that water is actually protecting systems, not just bringing functionality or just quenching thirst. It's actually protecting systems. And you have 10 systems within your body to protect. Now, the first masterclass that we done on the mindset of the champion was understanding how important it is to realize that you are not the body, you live in the body. And in this way, that simple transference gives you the ability to observe what is going on in the body on so many different levels. You've got three aspects of being per se. You've got the dense physical, you've got the metaphysical. This is where energy is transferred to the non-biological, the way the real you actually exists. And the information of change that happens or transfers between the physical and the non-physical is powered by water. Water. And not only that it's powered by water, while water is doing what it's doing in your system, it's also protecting the part of the system so it can operate. That's quite deep. So when you disregard this with a broken intellect, you're no longer protecting the system, you're verily attacking the system. You are now attacking the very system or the very vehicle that you believe you are in, that you have very little regard to be observing what's happening within your system. So it's quite deep. When the issue is we can't look at water more than when we observe it in a glass, and we're looking at water as a liquid, just a glass or a bowl or ocean. It's just a body of water. And when we say H2O, what does that mean? It's like, okay, it's H2O. It's 2 part hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. What does that mean? Who cares? It's just fancy words in science. What do I make of this? Well, when you're observing water from a very physical point of view, you are looking at what I consider the play of bliss in formation. So H2O, those are three particular quadrants that have come together. And how they form to make water, you can't even see it with the naked eye. Even the most powerful microscopes in the world have problems separating or looking at the separations of the H2O. They're so unified in bliss, that they're so locked in bliss, that they create a form that represents itself as flow and clarity. So in this form of flow and clarity, what is it charged with? This is what we fail to completely understand, because we're just observing it from a liquid point of view. And when we take on that description and we, listen to talks on water. The water is the clear, tasteless liquid that flows, reflects light, and sustains all life on earth. But how does it do it? What are these two or these three elements that are in so much bliss that they represent themselves in the most liquefied, fluent, influential thing on the planet? What is happening that even microscopes can't see? What is happening, and what the real active element of water is that it's actually alive. These molecules that make water water are alive. Hydrogen is an extremely powerful energy. Hydrogen and oxygen combined look at the abundance of oxygen in the air. Look at the abundance of hydrogen in space. And they combine, locked together in perfect harmony in water. And within that, it holds a current, an energetic current. If you're sitting in a bath and I plug in a forked tongue, anything electrical, and I stick it in the water, why? Because the water has electricity in it. The hydrogen is creating an electrical force, but you can't see it with the naked eye. And what is this electric force doing in the body? Versus the lack of that electric force being present in the body. This is what we have to weigh up. Now, the champion who understands this has the ability to observe his instrument, her instrument, their instrument, and tune it appropriately so the instrument vehicle can operate in its highest level of being. Why is this important? Because the level of information is so sensitive that you get lost in the trance of the energy transformation. You get caught in the idea of being metaphysical. So you actually now start to believe that you are what the energy is supporting. You are now believing you are the body. This is the dangerous thing about the entire thing, as we will discover as I go along. Whilst you're imagine you're in a car and the spark plug goes. Now, when the spark plug is creating misfiring, the whole car suffers. Now, you as the driver in the car, you are now suffering along with the rest of the car because of a simple spark plug. And that drive in the car is upsetting your concentration, your mood, everything, until you get used to it. And now you're used to it. Oh, it's a rough ride. Yeah, I'll get it sorted. I'll get it sorted. I'll leave it till later. I'll get it sorted. I'll leave it till later. Yeah, how you doing, mate? Oh, yeah, I'm all right. It's bloody car. It's just shakes. It's doing my backing. All that shaking. Yeah, I've got to bring it and sort it out. It's just It's just a time. It's just a time. All right. Take it easy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now that's just the car that you're taking time to fix. What do you think the body is doing to you? The body is creating information and sending it to that metaphysical field where you're saying, okay, but because this is the what I call the oxymoronical aspect of you, because there's a deep knowing that you don't want to bring to the surface. And this is a part of the transformation work that you learn along the way in learning that the observer within you, the non-biological within you, is absolutely free from all forms of contamination and understands the path of that what which is within. It's very deep, but instead of focusing on that highest esoteric level, let's talk about just understanding in it so we can observe what is happening with the body, observe what is happening with the mind, observe what is happening with the intellect, observe what is happening with how consciousness is playing out through this vehicle. And if anything looks wrong, even down to operations of mind, brain functionality, you look and check and fix and so forth. You don't accept as the fault is now the character. And sometimes we don't know look to where or how this particular characteristics within us has come about and stabilized itself as a way of being, and we misinterpreting that because of experience and what the body is going through, and because you're not fixing the body per se or dealing with the body on a certain level, the body is stuck in a certain vibration of constantly telling you how vexed it is, but you're not listening. You're just trapped in that space, not understanding it's the body that's making more noise, and you believe you're vexed. You think you act this consciousness of that which you really are only has the ability to observe what's going on, but you're not there. You're caught up in the play rather than observing the play. And because you're caught up in the play, you're vexed because that's what the script says, especially if that's what your body says. And you're not listening to the body because you've already said, oh, I'll deal with it. It's very deep. Getting back to the water, the important understanding of the power of water to communicate from the physical all the way through to thought. This is where the masterclass on understanding the esoteric nature or the alchemic side of water comes into play. But we won't be going there today. I'm just hinting at some deep things as to understand, not just on a physical level, not just on a physiological level, but also on a conscious management level, why hydration is important because your body is giving you cues on how to be. And unconsciously, this is happening way beyond your rational idea of what's going on. There's billions of bits of information that's firing off within your system per second, and you only have access or privy to 24 of them. The sum total or the summarization of it all. There you go. 24 bits of information per second. So let's dive in deeper. When we say that water is alive, the molecules that you can't see, the hydrogen is the body's electrical fuel. This is the active element within the water. This is what transports blood. This is what controls the pH level, regulating acidity and things that are not supposed to be in. So the water is not just flowing its way through. No, it's actually creating currents and sparking off systems to come alive. It's creating the cooling system, not just the cooling system, but the whole entire temperature system. It's also the thing that drives energy to your muscles and your brain and the whole thing to fire up. It's the, the molecules within the water that are firing away. In alchemy, it's known as fire water. In alchemy, the qualities of water are regarded first more than its physical attributes. We're working on the opposite side. We're just looking at the physical attribute and going, oh, it's just a glass of water. But ultimately, hydrogen is the reason water becomes the working fluid. No fluid, no work. It's the working fluid, the transporting system, the cooling, pH control, and energy creator. It's the thing that allows ignition to the flame of your digestive system to take place. So when people are saying, boy, did you drink pure water after? You look at it different now because that water, again, understanding the science of water and what temperatures of water to drink, when and where. This is another deep aspect of Ayurveda, which we'll talk about later. But water is alive. And this is why it's important to understand you are not the body, you live in it. You are living in a body that is either alive or dead. This vehicle is giving or sending you back information for you to behave alive or dead. This vehicle that is under high demand in these times, per se, for performance is lacking because we've lost the ability to observe. The spirit, the energetic self that is within, that can dream, that can see, that can magnetize, manifest. And the ability to do so all depends on the ability to observe the system and manage the system in a way that can correlate with the principles of the highest vibration of the inner self, not the other way around. Why should the inner self lower itself to the conditions of how you want to treat the vehicle? Evolution is the other way around. Devolution is when you're trying to drag consciousness down to surrender itself to the conditions of the body. When really the duty of all souls, the duty of all Jiva souls, the duty of all living entities per se is to, again, in that process of making a champion out of yourself, is to bring back that understanding of observation and master the process of observation and master the process of maintaining self in the field. When we say making champions mindset is this is a crucial element in understanding we are not the driver. I went through this on episode 1 of the mindsets. The replay is there on the playlists of Making Champions. If you want to find that, it's there. I'll go into a real deep dive and it is worth revisiting that. But what the real essence of the issue is understanding once you're in observer mode, or once you accept that you're in observer mode, you now are in a mature position to accept that it's your duty to take care of your vehicle. It's your duty more than anybody else's. It's your duty more than the pharmaceutical, more than doctor, more than this, more than that. It's your duty to have interest in keeping your vehicle, your body clean, operating smoothly, making sure that all the systems are running well. All 10 systems are functioning perfectly. So then you can have a smooth ride through life. It's like, let's take the concept of the driver even deeper. You're driving along in the rain, but you're in your car. The car's nice, it's warm, bit of music, gauge is right. Hey, you don't even mind driving in the slow lane right now. You're just cruising and driving along. Outside looks really, oh my God, I wish I don't want to be out there. But I'm all right in the car. I'm good. And the exterior of the car is dealing with everything. It's not troubled by the rain. It's not troubled by the cold. Windscreen wipers working. Beautiful. All good. I'll drive another time around the block. This is the same thing with the body. This is the key thing with hydration. Imagine not putting any fuel in the car. You can't move. But we have to understand that water is not just providing energy to move. It's providing energy to experience on every level. And it's providing energy to tolerate experiences at any level. So when you're fully hydrated, you can tolerate the cold, you can tolerate this, you can tolerate that, and it won't bother you. And you can keep going. Because all the systems are running perfectly. So to the fact that you can hit the super turbo button and the body will perform. Because the energy is there, the electrolytes are there, everything's there. But failing to do that, ending up in dehydration, means exactly this. You driving along, let's just go back. I might pause this. You driving along, your body's out of whack, your mind is out of whack, and there's something inside of you still saying, don't worry, I can deal with it later. I know I've got the strength. I'll get it together. I'll pull myself together. I'll deal with it. Yeah. And sometimes it could be even just with the simple thing of deciding to get serious with hydration. It could be that simple. So in this way, it's very, very serious to really look at this thing on a deep level, because Again, getting caught up in that energetic space, thinking that you are the vehicle when you're not. The vehicle is now performing vexations because it's dehydrated and it's creating sensations, it's creating moods, is it creating the limitations of moods? It's creating dullness of intelligence, it's creating an impairment of reasoning, it's creating a cloudy mind, it's creating a dysfunctional body, it's creating mayhem amongst the 10 systems, and you believe you are it. You're managing or failing to manage your system properly. You are feeling the consequences of it. You you now think you are that state. You're vexed with the world, but you won't drink water. When you are fully hydrated, your body will send you signals to say, I feel good. How about you? How do you feel? Now, at this point is when the body is in true alignment with wanting to follow your signal of being. So if you feel emotionally stressed, it's not your body doing it to you, it's an experience. If you feel emotionally elated, you can now fully appreciate it because your body's not getting in the way. Think of a toothache. When you have a toothache, you're the most, it's miserable. You don't want to talk to nobody. Dehydration is what's considered a low grade threat to the body, which slowly builds up, slowly builds up, slowly builds up. And going back, looking at this picture, like when your body's full up and fully hydrated, it's telling you, I'm great, let's roll. Anything you want to do, I'm up for it. I'm ready. When it's half hydrated, it's in a grump. The body's in a grump. You think you might be waking up to a bad mood. Your body's in a bad mood before you even realize it. And now you're off in the bad mood because your body just don't feel right. And you think it's you. You're not, you've just lost the ability to observe that you're acting out being in a bad mood, especially because your body's in a bad mood. When the For instance, like when you're driving and you're running out of petrol, your mind ain't in no sightseeing thing. You just want to find a petrol station and you're fixed. Then no smiling, nothing funny, because any other that run out on you, that's the last thing you want. You can't see nothing but where is the petrol station. You can't even say what you saw from what you didn't saw. You just want to see the petrol station. And you want to make sure it's open, especially if it's driving late at night and all of this and that, thinking, boy, I need to. And it's only when you top back up now, the car's full up, like, yeah, ready to roll. Let's go. I'll go extra miles now. Now, when the petrol is run out, car ain't moving, your vexes, hell, I just didn't want this. Gosh, now you have to hitch ride, find petrol tank, fill up the tank, come back to the car, get back in the car, grumpy, how all that time's gone. Right mood now, even though you've got the petrol in, you're still in the right mood. Even though you put the petrol back in, you're in the right mood. Why? Because you know that what is it, the general habit or trend is to keep it there. You have some drivers that say, no, anytime I see half tank, I'm filling it up. Anytime I see half tank, I'm filling it up. It can't be no less than three quarters. The car drives better. You get more miles to the car drives more efficient on fuel. They start to give you a whole science. You have some people point like, nah, chuck a fiver in, chuck a fiver in. And it's like they're edgy. They're even scared to get in the car. I don't have to go to petrol. What now that's a car. What do you think your body is doing? All because you won't give it water. What do you think your body is doing? Now the problem is, the situation is the poor car has no life. It's fully dependent on how you maintain it. The body has life and it can refuse to play along. That's the problem that we have. Because if the body was as strong as the spirit, untearable, unbreakable, unburnable, unwitherable, undestroyable, we'd be having a whale of a time. But such is the fact that it doesn't. It has to deal with nature. It has to be returned at some point. And a lot of people work towards returning the body back in pristine condition. But such is lifestyle nowadays. Such is lifestyle nowadays. That's not, it's all about just living a great life of experiences. Forget about the vehicle that you're in to experience it. So you could be chasing experiences. The vehicle is grumping, sending you back information of a grumpy state. Now you can't even enjoy the journey. Sometimes we're so dismissive to the hydration and we think it's everything else. Hydration, the thing that gives us the ability to see everything else clearly, we're refusing to do that. Very oxymoronical. So when we look at, we've seen these things before. The brain is 75% water, blood, blah, 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 blah. We try and process it in our minds that it's, we're drinking the fluid and the fluid is going to flow, do something, I don't know, it flows. And it's bringing life to every single cell. It's, as you drink it, electricity starts kicking off and sparking off. The hydrogen is becoming more present in these areas of the body, bringing power to them so they can function. Especially the most important ones that keep us alive. Crucially, their formation, the the oxygen that it needs. You breathe oxygen, but the oxygen in water that is combined with the two hydrogen is a particular makeup that allows what is understood in Sanskrit, the Agni, the fire, the spark to happen. Imagine you use the physical water in this realm that we see to put out a flame. But within inside us, it ignites a flame. The closest we get, the tea hot, man, but we can still pour it over a fire and pour out. So how we regard water, we need to change that perception of what's happening when it goes in. So when we say the brain is 75% water, it's 75% water power, it's 75% hydrogen power, it's 75% dependent on having set. Imagine when we talk about, oh, we only use 10% of our brains. One of the key reasons is because of dehydration. You're imagine thinking that in the recommended 2 liters of water that you're supposed to drink a day, what's been allocated to the brain, it needs 75% of that to function fully, to learn, to imprint, to change, to create new neurological pathways. You could make all the plans and all the journaling you want to do and forecasting. If you're not hydrating, none of those things are coming alive. If you're not hydrating, the brain is not going to even be interested in opening it and looking at it. The power just will not be there. It will be starved. And on all of these things, where these major organs that are connected to the operations of systems within our bodies, once this is what I'm saying, this is not a car, this is something that's alive. And once they decide to stop living, like the heart is like the super muscle of them all. They're like, come on, guys, we gotta go. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep it. We're not getting no power. Yeah, I know. We just gotta go. We just gotta keep going. We gotta try our best. We gotta keep doing something. We gotta try. I know it's silly what's going on, but we gotta do something. What do you mean? So when people die of multiple organ failure, it's always the heart that gives up the last. It's deep. Not giving ourselves the current, the electric current to keep these systems alive. And when we fail to do that, keeping ourselves dry as a prune, the outcome is a domino effect on the system, on the systems that sometimes become impaired and finally can't take it no more until finally it's over. So, like the cooling system's gone, endocrine system's gone. Oh gosh, there goes the circulatory system, Jesus. Cardiovascular's about to pack in. Just all 10 systems have now failed. It's quite deep. So when we look at the real big 5 consequences of dehydration, it shrinks the blood. The electricity that's needed in water to keep the blood full and resonant and balanced between red and white is no longer present. So the blood volume has to shrink. It disrupts the electrolytes, the thing that makes everything move, the current within the body. It becomes poor, it becomes sluggish. Overheats the body. It's on a strain, it's struggling to operate. Sometimes we're having internal fevers and don't even know it. Sometimes we're having internal fevers on the inside and feeling cold, extreme cold on the outside. So the whole temperature system goes out of whack. Strains on the brain, focus and mood drop, the ability to hold a good mood, like I said. And like I said previously, it punishes the kidneys and the gut. You're punishing yourself. Boy, I mean, I like water, you know. You're punished. Boy, I feel weak and I can't take the cold. And my heart, drink some water. This is why, the first episode of understanding you are not the body, you live in it. And all the sensations of being and all the habits and the cravings and the likes and the dislikes all come with the territory. They all come with understanding that none of it is you and you need to observe and correct the programming. This is the real thing. You have to observe and correct the programming so you can evolve and resonate to a higher truth of that which you are. So you're seriously punishing yourself when you stay dehydrated. What's happening is that you have to understand about blood viscosity, and you've got 72,000 nerves in your body, all ending in the navel. They're going all the way down to the feet, to the brain. And all these 72,000 nerves, pathways are dependent on the electric current from hydrogen to flow and operate. And when that electric current isn't there, everything starts to slow down. It starts to get sticky. The bacteria, the uh, parasites start to move in, tumors start to develop, vessels start to burst, clots start to arise, all kinds of things. So we really have to take a deep dive on understanding why it's important to realize the detriments of dehydration and change your whole persona towards it. Again, in viscosity, the danger of what is known as sticky blood or thick blood, blood that won't move, less plasma, less electricity, less life, more toxins. It's harder for the heart to actually work with that type of blood. Again, low grade threat. You're building it up. So, okay, like yesterday was terrible, guys. We're in the desert. We just have to try and make it. Low grade threat, low grade. The defense systems, they're going to give in soon. What we're going to do? Just got to keep trying. Just got, maybe they might wake up. Let's try and get it from the apple. They didn't eat one today. Oh. And all the systems are starving. Red blood cells increase, white blood cells decrease. Danger. Blood viscosity, the movement of it starts to slow down. Heart starts to strain because it's pushing, it's pumping. Come on, we got to do something. I've got to stick the rhythm. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, a little bit more. Come on. Just some water. Wake up. Give us some water. Oh, please, water. Well, I mean, I like water, you know. Well, I mean, drink a beer. Oh, my God. Drinking a beer. I'll have a 7-Up, please. I'll have a Coke. Oh, yeah. We're just going to have to see what we can strip, if there's anything. We just got to try. Yeah, but there's more. No, but I'll find, do something. Yeah, but that schmuck, we got to put, what are we going to do with it? Liver's packed up, mate. Pancreas is screaming already. But just some water. So we were talking about lower blood volume because of the blood shrinking. It's lower performance crash, physical, metaphysical, energetically, and mentally. because the plasma, the electricity in the blood has fallen. There's nothing there. Now it's harder. Workouts are harder. Walking down the road is harder. Thinking is harder. Concentrating is harder. Scrolling is easier. Not having to concentrate is easier. Not being able to focus for less than 3 seconds. Ah, yeah, this is. You can scroll on dehydration all day long. Perfect match. The brain, yeah, oh, easy route. I'm dehydrated. Yeah, scroll. Yeah, that was interesting. What was that? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm on something else now. Am I supposed to remember anything? Ah, don't worry. I might see it tomorrow. Now, the problem is there's something about the trap of being caught in the metaphysical idea of an understanding that you are the body is ultimately thinking you are the mind, because the mind is the first point of call that is attached to the senses to report back what the senses are feeling, both external and internal senses, and summarize. Now, the thing is, the mind is in for the joyride. It doesn't care whether it's good or bad. The mind just doesn't care. What's the quality of the intellect? Not much. They haven't put much into nurturing it. Okay, I'll run the show. What's the quality of the reasoning capacity? Oh gosh, they think it's you. They don't understand that intellect and reasoning is separate from the mind. They think it's all you. Ah, okay, I got it. I'll take over. I'll do the whole thing. Don't worry. I'll make a mess. They won't even know. That's mind, because you've lost the ability to observe, and mind will keep up the same foolishness. Mind will keep up the same habit. Mind will keep up the same drama. It loves the experience and does not care about the quality of the experience, none at all. Worst case, if it's more dramatic, it's more what's the word? Sensitized, sensualized. There's more for the senses to grieve over. There's more for the body to cry about. There's more for the information for the mind to think it's busy. Yeah, I've got this to process. I've got that to process. Come on, I'm busy. What do you mean you want to observe? And then start to want to command. Hold on, I'm busy running a reckless shop and I like it. That's the mind. This is the difference where the champion comes in and goes, whoa. And first, let me start by drinking some water. Because I need to perform at my highest. I need to be able to want to control the mind so it can perform at its highest. So with this temperature regulation system, not only do you lose your cooling system, you lose your heating system, you lose everything. You lose the ability to sweat, danger of overheating, heat cramps, heat stroke, brain in danger. And dehydration can contribute to circulatory issues that make it harder for the body to stay warm in cold weather. When the body lacks adequate fluids, blood volume decreases and the blood becomes thicker, both of which reduces efficient circulation, especially to the hands, feet, and skin, where warmth is most noticeable. Dehydration can also lower blood pressure and impair the body's ability to regulate temperature. Let me read that again. Dehydration can also lower blood pressure and impair the body's ability to regulate temperature, limiting how effectively heat is distributed from the core to the extremities. Because cold weather already causes blood vessels to constrict and conserve heat, dehydration can intensify this effect, leading to increased cold sensitivity, numbness, and difficulty warming up. Because there's no fire, there's no hydrogen, there's no fuel in the system. There's none of that liquid that you just look at and think, oh, what's that? This is water. It's clear, it tastes, oh, it's only water. It's missing the fire. There's no fire in the system. So how's it supposed to get warm? While dehydration is usually a contributing factor rather than the sole cause, it can significantly worsen cold intolerance, particularly when combined with other health or environmental factors. Just to highlight and deepen even more about dehydration and when it comes to temperature regulation, hot flushes aren't random. They are often hydration failure, believe it or not. When you're dehydrated, again, blood volume drops and your body can't control heat properly. Circulation becomes unstable, glitchy, ditchy. Sweat response gets weaker and your nervous system starts firing off sudden heat surges to cope. Mild dehydration can be enough to trigger sudden waves of heat like flushing, overheating, sweaty spikes, and then chills. You get hot and then it's cold. Dehydration. So if you're getting hot flashes, don't just blame hormones or stress. Check your water and electrolytes first. Because, like I said, if it's missing in the system's consistently trying to beg, borrow, teeth, and steal. I need something. Oh gosh, quick. Oh, I'm going to collapse. Yeah, take this quick. Your 10 systems are in alarm and they're screaming, help. Oh, it's my hormones. We seriously overlook the power of what water does to the system. And we have to rethink, recalibrate, and re-engage a new aptitude towards water so we can bring a consistency of being that is performing at its highest level consistently, continually, calmly, and cool and effectively. That's what we want. And the key starting point is hydration. Everything else doesn't count if you miss out hydration. Everything else is going to fall apart. Everything else is going to become shaky. Everything else will be unstable if you miss out hydration. So, deeper insight again, heart, blood pressure, high blood pressure, circulation, stress on the cardiovascular system. The heart is getting loud, me man, please. Heart disease, risk of heart strain. I don't know. I feel this tightness in my back. I feel it. In this tightness. I don't know if it's my heart. It's dehydration. Slowly building up. Low grade threat becoming a major one. Heart's working harder. Toxins are building. Repair systems failing. Brain packing in. Brain, mood, and focus out the window. Decisions become faulty, irritable, anxiety, short tempered, brain fog, confusion, loss of time and space, memory slips, terrible sleep patterns, insomnia, fear of sleeping, fear of that you're going to miss out, dehydration. It's serious. So the final litmus test when it comes to looking at the level of our dehydration and how far it's got is looking at the color of our urine, and that is really finding out how much toxicity is actually happening in the system. Again, the Making Champions program, signing up to the champions list, you'll get insights into daily routines and things that you can start activating uh, protocols to overcome and take yourself out of a challenging situation. Because again, walking blindly, not knowing how far these things have gone and what level of damage is happening to your system. You know, sometimes it might be just not even just the color of your urine. Sometimes you can't even see the color of your urine because of the amount of froth. It looks like beer. Now something's really going on. You're really overlooking things. You're really testing yourself there, mate. You're really pushing your luck. You need to jump on a protocol to sort that out because that is a major sign of things crystallizing within your system on the way to being crystallized. And again, if it's this level, it's going to affect everything of how you up. You might want to be in the mood and genuinely can't get there because the body won't allow you. So now you have to deal with this. So this is the funny thing in understanding you live in the body, you're not the body, you live in it. This is it. I can't keep stressing why it's it, this idea of okay, you have life, the body has life, parasites have life. We say, it's the parasites talking and they want the sugar and all of that. Now, again, the process of defense, of communication, the process of communication to take control of the body happens through water. Let me repeat that again. The process of communication so you can take control of the body or take back control of the body is through water. Because this water, of all the ingredients that you're putting in your body, not just being the fuel and the protective, it's the thing that carries the element that allows the non-biological self to communicate to the physical self. Without that change there, something else comes in and invades that space, and now it's like dopey moving out your yard. It's like a ghost has come in and taken over. I'm not going to eat that, child. Yeah, I know I shouldn't eat that. I'm just not. It's nice, but I know I shouldn't. I'm just not going to eat it. I've had one. I'm not having another one. No, I'm not going to do it. So, man, let me put them over there. Let me take one more. No, I shouldn't take. No, man, I'm not taking it. I'm not going to eat, I'm not eating it. Oh, I feel bad. I've only left one left. One more. Oh, gosh, don't eat it. That's bad, man. Don't eat it, man. Don't eat it. What is that? What is that? What is that? Let me turn on some light. What is that? You're there directly saying, I'm not going to eat it. And I'm not supposed to. I'm, but the action, you actually observe the whole thing happening. And then you say the dumbest thing after. You go, yeah, you know, I ate it. Even though I didn't want to, I ate it. No, the body ate it. The life of the body, against your will, took control and ate it. The parasites gave instructions, move the hand. You know where the biscuits are. Mind, do you know where the biscuits are? Yeah, don't worry about self. It's just observing and it's not doing a good job. It's playing along. So mind, where's the biscuits? The parasites want it. Oh, okay, more drama. Yeah, let's get the biscuits. More sensations in the body. Yeah, let's do it. Is it a good one? I don't care. It's a sensation, isn't it? That's what we want. We're alive. We'll keep you alive. Yeah, mind. We'll keep you alive. We'll keep you busy. All right. How much sugar do you want? Well, we just had 1 million kids and they all need feeding. All right, I'll sort it out. Then it's nausea, constipation, blood in the stools, blood in the stools. Sometimes you're feeling irritation when you go into movements and you can feel the parasites, but you just won't stop. And you won't take control of the situation by drinking water and regulating your breath and thought in union with the water that you're drinking. So you can now take control of the vehicle. Right now, it's like jumping in a vehicle, just go on the sat nav, go there, take your own route. But I want to go there. So let's see if we end up in the same destination. Jesus, what's going on? I don't know. The mind's on one. It's got me over here. I know I wanted to be over there. You know what? I wrote down this morning. I made a plan of things I have to do. Did you drink water? No. Are you going to do the plans? I doubt it. Why? Because you didn't drink water to ignite the brain to attach the reticular activating system or the power of the reticular activating system to latch onto the goal. There was no power there. The mind jumped in, took it on a rampage. Deep. This is hydration right through and through. Then we talk about how the parasites just touch that, laying the eggs, creating infection in the body, in the blood, and entry to and shelter, logging in. Outcome, gut pain, fatigue, poor immunity, the lymphatic system. Oh, we can't work. The invaders are taking over. Parasites in the brain everywhere. It's that bad that when the parasites are, yeah, don't let them bring in any water. What the last thing you want to do, listen, we've got to put up a barrier because we're running the show. No water. Now your body's a living hell. Your attitude and aptitude is a living hell. Final, from dehydration to cancer. Low grade threat, building up, building up, building up, building up. The domino effect, collapse, 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 collapse. All because of dehydration. Damaging the DNA, weakening the T cells, inflammation, tissue damage. hearing and lining of environments. Now bacteria, parasites, and all they're causing chaos. They're causing calcification. They're causing hardening to walls, vein walls, and all. It's a mess. It's a mess. Nausea, upset stomach, cramping. Now, it's not that dehydration should be read as the cause of cancer, but looking at it as a support pillar, looking at it as a long-term amplifier because of its low-grade threat to the system. Number one, over time, low hydration, dehydration will raise inflammatory stress and stress signaling in the body. Chaos, breeding chaos in the body. Cancerous cells love stress. Stress is a doorway for cells to become cancerous through inflammation. Slow gut clearance means constipation is more likely to spend more time in your system, so the whole of your system has more contact with waste to the point that it comes out through your skin. You can now see the toxins coming through the skin. I think it's called sclerosis or sclerisis. One of those. It's where the toxins and urine has now got so concentrated that it's it's no longer coming through the pee. There's no water to make the system work. It's dead. It's like a blocked toilet, or like the toilet thing won't flush. Water gives the thing to flush, but you don't give it the thing to flush, then it just builds up and builds up, and it starts to stench around the place, starts to bleed in through the barriers of the walls into the bloodstreams and so forth, and into the brain, and then through the skin, and you can see it. Lower recovery capacity, the ability for the body to heal while it's in this state. So neglect compounds and the body keeps score. Like I said, you're punishing the body and it keeps score. Not that it's trying to make even, but it says, all right, all right. And that keep scoring is like when you want it to perform how you want it, it's not going to do it. That's the comeback right there. Right when you need it to be at its peak, it's no longer going to be able to do it until it reaches cancer. And cancer is like the final get back. Like, right, you weren't listening. Right, that's it. I'm breaking loose. I'm doing my own thing. I'm creating havoc. Now we've got to kill that cell. It's deep. So the diagnosis, again, signing up to the champions list, you will get access and doorways to examine and know what to do according to your level or your self diagnosis as to where you are, whether it's mild, moderate, or severe dehydration. And I would say definitely you have to take it serious now. You have to completely change your whole mindset towards this biowater, this electrical, energetic fluid. Thank God it's fluid because we can't touch electricity. We can't get that same charge from sticking our finger in the pocket. Oh, we need electricity. Oh, there you go. I'm all right. I'm charged up. We're not up. We're not mobile phones. And the way how electricity is working in a mobile phone doesn't come close to understanding what water is doing to the human body. It doesn't even come close. The electricity is doing one thing to the mobile phone. The water is doing many things to the human body. So you can experience. So ultimately, we have to understand that water is a gateway of bliss in any and every single aspect and area of our life. It's the gateway to wellness physically, physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, consciously. Water is a pathway of information. It's a life giver, it's a life receiver, it's a life transformer, it's a life uplifter, it's a life empowerer. So when we look at all the esoteric scriptures, whether it's something from the Bible all the way to all the ancient forms of religion, water has always been there as the final gateway or the final beatitude, the final river. And again, we come into this world through waters. We leave this world through a concept of giving life ashes to ashes and dust to dust. But for those that are spiritually inclined, things like baptism, things like holy rivers and their signification to pathways to divine realms that are beyond this physical realm and only where consciousness exists or consciousness is of a higher priority. Water is that pathway. So we hear stories of Noah's Ark in the Bible. There's a big story as water being the transformative element that changed the dark times to new times. You have the idea of being baptized. You have the idea of feeding, growing, grooming nature. That everything within the planet is dependent on water. Every life force. Now in Vedanta, it has a higher, when I say higher, it takes things to even a more superfluous position in understanding the concept of Shiva Shakti. In other words, what is and what is to become. The power and the powerful. The transformer and the transforming. The ability for that to happen happens through water. Water is the union that brings or creates the tri-union effect. 333, three in the water, three in your actions, three in the idea of exchange of energy. It's all done through water. In Ayurveda, water is regarded as nectar and medicine. The first ever inscribed Vedantic teachings of water or mention of water is in the very first Rig Veda. The Rig Veda talks of all the qualities but highlights two. First, Agni, fire, and second, Jala, water, which is important for their connectivity Even though in this realm, with our eyes, we see water put out fire, but in the, call it scientific realm that we can't see, or the realm of absolute truth, that same water that we're deluded by looking at this flowing liquid is full of fire, it's full of energy, it's full of electricity, it's full of Shakti, power enabling, and at the same time, power aiding and power correcting. So this is its medicinal qualities. Again, in this concept, they understand that all forms of water has an energetic signature about it. And in the energetic signature of the water, for instance, the Japanese doctor, I think it's Dr. Imoti, something like that. Many years ago, I'd done his experiment with the water experiment. I was so fascinated by his findings, I decided to put it to the test myself. I cooked a pot of rice and I separated 2 jars of rice, air sealed tight, one sealed and labeled good vibration, the other one sealed and labeled bad vibrations. Now, consider that the rice is already quote unquote lifeless because it's already been picked from harvest. So there's nothing giving the rice the ability to grow. The second thing is that it's being cooked. So now the essence of the rice that made the rice have life is now gone because it's cooked out. Cool. The only thing that has life in these contained jars is the water. Now, I place 1 jar over there in one room, make sure that they're separate. And in one room, this side, I'm giving love, energetic, beauty. I'm really putting my effort into it. Thanking it for being right. Thanking the water in there for maintaining the rice. Thanking life for giving me this opportunity to express beauty towards water and rice in that jar. The other one, I'm cussing it, I'm swearing, I'm giving it all the ugly energy that I can find and muster up within me. And I'm giving it all that I can just to see how this experiment is going to unfold. And lo and behold, I think it was about 6 to 7 weeks in, I said, okay, now I've got to really check and see. And I'm examining the rices first, and I can start to see, okay, there's discoloration happening here. This one is seeming to discolor faster. All right, let me give it another couple of weeks. Put that there back. And bam, now you can definitely see. This one is definitely getting moldy. This one is holding on for dear life. You take the 2 rices. This is the big test after. You take the 2 rices, you open this one up. It still looks kind of, okay, it's 6 weeks, but it's held good. This one you open up, gee, woo, it's off. Now, considering they were both airtight, and knowing that it was only thought and intention projected towards the water that was holding the rice, and the water had to let go and share its vibration with anything that was in its arena, that's what happened to the rice. Good rice held for, bad rice degraded. Now, if you can do this to 2 jars, that are lifeless, that are seemingly lifeless to you, what are you doing to other people that are actually alive? What are you doing to yourself? What are you doing to yourself? Starving yourself from the fuel of life. I offer you life. In Vedanta, every puja, every sacrificial notion, there's water everywhere. There's water. If it ain't in a little pot somewhere, they've got water there. And they understand again the essence and vibration of water and their aptitude. If you go and search that Japanese doctor who who done the water experience, it's out there, water test. So what was interesting, there was a dirty lake in a province, and he said he tested the water to see the crystal formation, and it's dirty. Then he got some Buddhist monks to come and pray on the water, and just by the prayer of the water, the formalization of the crystals completely changed, completely. So in Vedanta, they have a prayer where they bless the water by calling the names of all the holy rivers. They place their finger on the water and they go, Ganga Chayamane Chaiva Kadavari Saravate Namade Sindhu Kavari Jale Smin Sanidim Kuru. So that's the calling of all the holy rivers in from River Ganges and the flow. It's about the flow of life. The river represents the flow, the veins of life. And they call them together to all represent the energy in this one little pot of, and now that pot resonates because the energy transference is now happening. That's how powerful thought can transfer energy into water. How you can transfer one state of water to another state. It's quite deep. How you can transfer that same energy into you. So that when you see them, they call the waters and then they bless you, put it on your forehead. They're taking the essence of the energy of that. Now imagine you're getting a quote unquote blessing and you ain't got no water in you. Deep. So Ayurveda as a whole, they look at the deepness of engagement with water in terms of a whole perspective of a relationship with water. How you treat the water, when to drink the water, what temperature to drink the water at, timings, balance, depending to your body type, and they get exact. It's not just something that they just throw down the throat. They understand that water fuels the fire within. So you need just the right amount of fire to be blazing. According to your body type, according to your engine type, you must give your body this fuel at this type so you get top performance. This will give you the life energy you need. Such is the regard for water, for jala, in Ayurveda, that it even appears in Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna mentions the water as a very interesting point. He goes, of taste, I am water. And this is a part of a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. And once you understand the esoteric aspect of Bhagavad Gita, which I'm looking forward to deliver a few courses on this, a few masterclasses. The real esoteric understanding of Bhagavad Gita is that it's no longer a story that you're reading. You're realizing you're the one in the story. You are verily Arjuna. You are the one that's asking, okay, how do I remember all of this that you're teaching me? And the first thing that Krishna says to Arjuna in remember me, Arjuna, remember this, we are the same. It's for you to wake up and realize that we are the same. I am, and in that sameness, essentially we are consciousness. And what is the greatness of this consciousness? The greatness of the consciousness is just like the taste of water. There's no taste of water. Water lovers, you find that when it comes to tasting water, oh, this water is so refreshing. I can't taste nothing because they're getting pure, unadulterated hydrogen, and they can feel the whole system. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. That life giving, so I can give to life. I can feel it happening. I can become me. Of taste, of just through the taste of water, you can become your greatest self. Read between the lines. So the esoteric champion, what I call the transcending Olympian, any form of champion who quote unquote knows themselves, abide by these principles in understanding that they know how to observe the system from soul perspective, from consciousness perspective, the ability to step right back and observe. That belongs to that system, that belongs there. That is clearly that. I can see where that fits. And for what's not non-physical, that fits right there. So the champion sees the earth as my body, the air as my breath, the fire as my willpower, the water as my blood, and the ether for my world of thoughts. And this is how I connect with the five elements. So the five elements support me in my process of being, so I can be great, so I can be legendary, so I can be a champion for me. But imagine, there's not. Now the ether, the reason why water is so key, important. Ether, again, it's non-biological. It's not of this world. Thoughts are not on the periodical table. Water has both fire and air combined to the perfect balance that it can be ingested and bring about life within you, to bring the fire and the air within you to support the earthly aspect of your being. So the water is the igniter. It has oxygen and hydrogen. It's the fire starter. If no fire starter, no fire, no start. And the realm of thoughts stay right where it is. To engage thought at its highest level, that it resonates in a process of manifestation on the earthly level, hydration. You overlook that, it's curtains. It's going to be a sad journey. So we have to respect water in a much bigger way. We have to understand that water ultimately is the most abundant medicine in the world. It maintains, it nourishes, and it protects in such a way that nothing else can do it the way water does it. This is the key thing. There are many substitutes for medicines around the world for many things, but water is no other substitute. It's the most abundant, life-giving, life-receiving, life-exchanging, life-building medicine in the world. And the benefits of it, fueling muscles, cleaner skin, productivity boost, protecting your bones, greasing the joints, boosting the brain activity, clarity, weight management. One glass of water could stop midnight cravings. Instead of going for the cravings, drink a glass of water. Blood normalization, raising what red and white blood cells together to work perfectly. Energy boost, clarity to the brain. Oh, the lights are switched on. 75%, clink, clink. Vision, clarity, fluid balance. All systems go in one go with one ingredient, water. But without it, there's nothing that does all of this in one go. And it's crucial to do it all in one go so you can be smooth in your operations. So to become our greatest selves and to become our greatest legendary self, energetically, physiologically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, conscientiously, you can't do it without hydration. You need to be full. You need to have a full, consistent contact with water, always in a loving and an abundant, appreciative vibe for it. So water can give you back what it knows best is for you. Water, when you look at the alchemic side of water, you'd be surprised to what has been regarded over the centuries. And I say centuries. This is not new information that's coming up. And there's many sciences that have been built off of the back of these notes, findings, alchemic findings of water that's built on verified many aspects of water that the common law man knows absolutely nothing about. So, key thing to take away, we have to see water as a total different thing from here on end and build a whole different relationship. So that abundance, that feeling of abundance, that feeling of flow of abundance, the ability to flow in abundance all the time, to magnetize abundance, to see, be, feel, accept, align with abundance, secretly starts with hydration. Stay hydrated. That's the key thing. So a part of the pack that I will be putting together as a part of the expansion of the manual is a water program to help rebuild and re-sustain, implement a program of hydration and the benefits of it. So we have come to the end, and it has been a well deep dive. I'm so glad I've done that. If you liked what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to sign up to the champions list. You are worth it. You are worth taking time out to sharpen your insights and sharpen your approach to water. I'm glad you were here. So with that note, I'm going to leave it right there. Stay blessed, stay bold, stay beautiful, and stay on the best side of being you. Ashe, namaste.
Hey, making champions. Pillar 1, hydration. Grab your water. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Sip, sip, hour go. Make it clear, make it flow. Lift, lift, feel that light. Hydrate, babe, do it right. Cool breeze, clean shine. Water wins every time. Strong mind, strong stride. Champion hydrated. Morning sun, I'm up. Fill my glass, top up. Lemon twist, small smile. Keep it fresh, keep it light. No rush, take two. Body says thank you. Step by step, I glide with the water on my side. If you feel that fade, don't wait, hydrate. One sip, reset, back on best. Sip, sip, hour go. Make it clear, make it flow. Lift, lift, feel that light. Hydrate, babe, do it right. Cool breeze, clean shine. Water wins every time. Strong mind, strong stride. Champion hydrated. Champion hydrated. Midday heat still cool. That's my simple rule. Bottle near on cue. Little sips.